Hello and welcome to another C3 Stingray video. Haven't done a video in a while, and this one, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, you should, because this one's going to be a series of videos rebuilding a car. Now, I sold my 2000 Corvette last year, and I have not had a Corvette to drive since then. I've had a lot of cars I've parted out, but I've not had anything I can just hop in and drive around, which is really kind of sucks for someone in my position who loves to drive Corvettes. Now, I wanted a C3. I thought I was going to go out and get another one. I wanted to find something really cheap and then put it back together and drive it next year. And I'm talking about doing it in a cheap fashion. So these videos about taking a car, really an inexpensive car, and putting it together to drive by next spring. So I found this one 79 Corvette on Marketplace for $2,000. I sent them an offer of $1,500. I said, if I could pick it up on Tuesday, I'd give you $1,500 for it. Didn't hear a thing from them. Thought, well, they thought I was lowballing them or they sold it. I don't know. Didn't really think any more about it. Then on Monday, I get this message saying, if you can come pick it up tomorrow, you can have it for $1,500. Well, it was 5 hours away, so my wife and I hooked up the trailer, took off for Chicago, basically, outskirts of Chicago, and picked up this 1979 Corvette. Now, this is kind of like the unboxing video. This is the unboxing video because I have not really looked this over completely. I mean, I know the major things wrong with it, but this is really going to be going over it, and this is kind of my introduction video to show you the car and the things I have planned to do. There's going to be a lot of rebuilding. There's going to be well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just take a look at, let's unbox the 1979 Corvette.
Now this car for $1,500 is in pretty good shape. I mean, there's no gouges, there's no cracks, there's no broken pieces. The front bumper's got a few scrapes on it, but I mean, and that hood's not aligned perfectly. But I think there's some issues with the hood support and the latches, so that's going to have to be messed with. But I mean, overall, it's in pretty good shape, really. Even this paint, I'm going to see if I can revive this paint. That's probably going to be the next video. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But the main reason this car is sold is this has only got a half an engine in there. And you can see the radiator's gone. That radiator support's pretty rusted out. But I had bought a rebuild frame, a roller with a rebuild engine and transmission. God, it was probably 8 years ago. So I've taken that engine and transmission out of that frame that I have. So I now have a rebuild engine and transmission to put in this car. That's what I'm going to use it for now. Take a look at that. This is the rebuild engine, and for some reason it has two valve covers with no knockouts in it, so you can't put oil in it, but there is oil in it. It's actually fresh oil, and I did hear this run before I bought it, but it has not been started in at least 8 years. But I think it's going to be okay. It's in good shape, and it has 0 miles on it, so it's pretty good. I've stolen the carburetor for something else at some point, but I have a couple carburetors laying around. And this automatic transmission we have too. It's a 3-speed, which I'm not too crazy about. But if I find a 4-speed manual before I get to that point, I will make this into a 4-speed car. But if not, this 3-speed will be going in there. And it's rebuilt, so it should be fine. And so I got, these are what's left over from a car that I've sold enough parts of. I've already paid for the car, I made a little bit of money on it, and I'm still selling stuff off of that car. So I basically had a free engine and transmission here. It's rebuilt to put in this car. Now this interior is really what sold me on this car. It's really beautiful. It's this red. I love red interior. And it's in really good shape. I mean, well, you'll see here in a second. It does have some issues, but I mean, we're talking about a $1,500 car here. You don't see interior like this in a $1,500 car. So you can tell with this T-top I take off. Look at that headliner. Oh my gosh. That is nice. You never see that in a car that's this old, that's been sitting for years. And you can see the red. I think I'm going to be able to revive that pretty well. It's in really good shape for something that's been not used. And even that dash, everything about this is nice. All the gauges are in there. Doesn't look like anyone's really messed with it much at all. All the stuff on the floor is actually parts from the engine. You see a T-top cover there, I guess. And this carpet is shot. But the visors move freely, and they're just got a little bit of gunk on them that needs to be cleaned up, and I'm pretty happy with this interior. Going to the other side, this box here is what they tried to sell me with. I was like, oh, it's got a box of brand new carpet in it. Yeah, but this brand new carpet's been sitting in here for I don't know how long, and the box is torn up, so the sunlight's been getting to it, so we're going to have to cut that open and take a look at that. But even on this side, once again, the headliner on this T-top is really nice. I really love, I know I keep saying that, but I really love a red interior. You see my other video, my 84 that I redid the red, it turned out really well. As you can see, there's a little bit of fading, but these seats are in really good shape. I mean, there's no tears or rips or anything. I think those dark spots there, I'm sure, will come out of those visors. I really like these seats. You know, when you always get a car, you get a parts car or a car like this, you always hope that there's going to be something stuck somewhere, like, oh, somebody forgot and stunk a wad of money into the glove compartment or something. That's never happened. I maybe found $5 in change in a car, but that's about the most I've ever found. But with this glove compartment, as you can see, I just got a really nice glove compartment. Look how good a shape that's in. That's unusual, very unusual. There's usually odds and ends and junks and screws and all kinds of stuff. You can see the back, the whole carpet's all really faded out in bad shape. And they have a pillowcase with a piece of foam in there. I guess someone didn't find those seats that comfortable. And in the compartments, do we find $50,000 in any of these? Or a gold bar or something, a winning lottery ticket? No, there's nothing in them, but they are in really good shape. So that's nice. Now we're going under the car. This is the trip we don't want to take. As you can see, this is a worst spot right here. This is the radiator support. It is completely rusted out. But I do have another one. I have one that's in good shape that I can put in there and replace this one. But I mean, the real concern here is the frame, and the frame is solid. I mean, we got some, surface rust, which you're going to have on all these frames. But I mean, I'm looking for soft spots and places rusted through and stuff like that. Trust me, I've seen some that are really, really bad. I've had them so bad that the floor jacks went through them. And this one's really solid. It's not bad, considering I have no idea how long this has been sitting, but it's been sitting a while. The people that sold it to me had bought it to redo, I guess, and I guess they bit off more than they can chew. They actually had another one they were selling too, a 73 convertible that was rusted out. You can see here these trailing arms. These rusted trailing, these are the original trailing arms. They've never been out of there, and they'll probably have to be cut out. But we'll be doing that too. Probably be putting U-joints in these. I'll probably drop the whole rear end, to be honest. I'll probably drop the whole thing and just fix it all and repaint it all, and I'll be using that rust reformer stuff on the frame, scraping down what I can and using the rust reformer and then painting it. So it's all going to look a lot better. You can see that spare tire still has like the nubs on it where it's never been used. It's a brand new tire. I'm sure it's flat, but it's just funny that there's a perfectly new tire under there. But I'm pretty happy with this frame. This isn't bad. I mean, it's got rust, and that exhaust is rusted out, but the frame itself is pretty solid. And you can see with that paint, this paint is just grime on there. It's just like tar and dirt, and I can scrape it off with my finger. So what I'm going to try to do is like power wash it off and get the buffer out and see if I can buff that out and just see if I can save the paint. Obviously I can't save it on these bumpers because they're shot, but maybe the actual main paint job itself I can buff out enough to get a decent daily driver out of it. And that'll be in the next video. I'm going to try to do that and see what happens. This hood's pretty raunchy, but I have another hood too that I could replace it with if I decide to. And I might, I don't know. And this front bumper is obviously shot, but this car is from Buff Wheelan Chevrolet in Sterling Heights, Michigan, which I think is funny. Hopefully, I guess this car is maybe started out new out of Michigan.
Excuse me, miss, but why did you buy your new Chevrolet from Buff Whalen?
Look, I'm an independent woman, and the deal I got at Buff Whalen lets me stay independent.
Do you have any money?
Now this is that box of carpeting we found in the car. It was supposedly the big selling point, but this is what I would feared. That sunlight's been getting to that forever and a day, and it's pretty much faded that red to orange. So even though this is brand new carpeting, most of it's all faded out to different colors. But I think it's still going to be usable. I'm just going to have to get me some carpet dye and fix it. I also see that mice have gotten in here, but it doesn't look like they've chewed any holes or anything. They just like built a little area for themselves. I'm just hoping they didn't go from there into the dash, because that could be another total nightmare. But I kind of have new carpet.
Well, there you have it, the unboxing of my 1979 Corvette. It's in better shape than I'd hoped for, really. I mean, obviously there's some rust issues. Most of it's surface rust. I didn't feel any soft spots and nothing rusted through, so that's good. But you know, there's a lot of places we got to uncover still, but I think it's still a easily fixable car. We're going to be doing a lot of things. Well, actually, let's take a look at the checklist of things I'm going to do.
Now, this checklist will be added to, obviously, but to start it out, the next video we're going to try to clean that paint up just to see what that looks like. Then we're going to have to remove the engine and transmission. Then the next video will be the front end rebuild, which might be 2 or 3 videos, I'm not sure. And then the trailing arm rebuild, which may be another couple of videos. Then reinstalling the engine and transmission. I'm sure there's going to be a few other things in there that I'm going to have to take care of. And this is kind of giving you a general idea of videos you'll be able to see in the future on this car. So please subscribe to be sure you see them.
Now, I know working on the paint should be the last thing, but for some reason we're having unseasonably warm weather here, and it's like in the 70s and 80s in October. So I thought, might as well roll the car out and power wash it and just give a crack at seeing if I can revive this paint. I know these bumpers aren't going to come back, but I think the paint might. So we'll see what happens anyway. Plus, that interior. I love the interior in this thing. I mean, I'm so happy how nice the majority of it looks. That carpet's a big disappointment. I was kind of worried about that, and then unboxing it and seeing all those mouse pills in there, that's not a good idea. Or, you know, I'm hoping that didn't go from there into the under the dash somewhere or something, get into a bunch of wiring or anything, because that'll be another whole issue. And so I'm sure we'll add to that checklist along the way. Now the goal here is to have this done by April 8th, which is my birthday next year, and I want to be driving it on that day. I really want to be driving it on that day. So it would be nice to have everything done by then, which I would say that would be super easy to do because it gives me like over 5 months. But let's see, October, well, we're almost halfway through October. We got November, December, January, February, March, the beginning of April. So yeah, about 5 months, maybe a week or two more than 5 months. So that isn't much time, especially for someone that never has time to work on this thing. So that's me getting out here maybe 1, possibly 2 days a week to rebuild the front end, the rear end, put that new engine and transmission in, and this paint and fixing who knows what. And we might have to rebuild these headlights. Stuff, made that decision yet. We'll make that once we get in there. That's great as I have a lot of parts, obviously, since I part out Corvettes. This car would be worth a fortune in parts, so $1,500 was definitely not a bad price for me. And if I get a really nice running Corvette at the end of this, it'd be neat if I could save this paint and not have to repaint the whole thing, just worry about the bumpers, and then put like a red stripe right down the center to accentuate that red interior. It would look pretty cool. And I want to have the AC going too, so that I'm sure that'll be a video. There's a lot of videos here, so if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, and just watch this series, because this is part 1 of my 1979 Corvette rebuild video series. Who knows what's going to happen? It should be interesting. And if you like, subscribe to the channel, like the channel. If you need used or new C3, C4, C5 Corvette parts, go to my website, c3stingray.com. And I guess that is it. See you on the road.